Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Atalanta 2, Manchester United 2, a draw. It was one of those games where it was a scrappy one. It was very hard for me to watch. I don't know what you guys thought about it, but listen, again, Ronaldo saving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not just Ronaldo, but Eric Bailly, someone who probably could have missed the game if Lindelof was back. If Lindelof wasn't injured, maybe Lindelof would have played. I don't think Bailly would have played. And this just gives us another reason why he needs to play. I've wanted to see Bailly play a few games, to be fair, because of his pace. We've been lacking that in the centre-back position when Varane is not playing. Maguire and Lindelof. If that was Maguire or Lindelof in one of those 1v1 other moments that Bailly got into a battle in the game yesterday, if it was one of them in that similar position, they would have been run over. They wouldn't have been able to keep up with the striker. Zapata was all over Maguire, and it was very tough. If it was Lindelof, it would have been a nightmare, and I think we could have conceded more goals yesterday. But if we look at the whole game, I mean, so much things to go over. I mean, the fact that we almost seemed to, I mean, look, Ole was just begging for it in those last 10 minutes and 5 minutes when he brought on Van der Beek and Sancho. He was very desperate there because I thought no way Van der Beek comes on, and the fact that he came on for 5 minutes and Sancho as well, we actually looked decent for a second there. Like, the whole game, it was scrappy, it was all over the place. He went to a 4-2-4 when he brought on Van der Beek and Sancho. It was a 4-2-4 there. We went from playing 5 at the back in the beginning, and I thought, okay, maybe I would have actually sticked with a 5 at the back, but then I thought, would I? Because, Lindelof is not there. But then, he could have went with Shaw at left centre back. He could have put Telles on. I think Telles would have been more of a threat going forward with his crosses. But then I also thought, he went straight to a 4 at the back because, that's what we've been playing for the last couple of weeks, and a 4-2-3-1. Then we went to a 4-2-4 when Van der Beek came on and Sancho. And I thought, he brought on Greenwood, and I thought, why are you bringing on Greenwood? Greenwood, Rashford, Ronaldo, it doesn't work. And yes, look, yesterday it worked. I thought Rashford was quite poor yesterday. I thought Greenwood done pretty well when he came on. I just thought, just because it worked yesterday doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. We've seen plenty of games where this combination doesn't work with Greenwood and Ronaldo and Rashford. And even with, Sancho needs to play on the right for me. So it just shocks me how he sees that it doesn't work. He's just playing his favourite. Bring on Sancho. Sancho needs to start. £70 million player. You're not playing him. How are you not playing Sancho? Van der Beek needs to play. Bailly needs to play. On Saturday against Man City, I want to see Bailly there. He's probably going to stick with a 5 at the back. If Lindelof is back, he's probably not going to play Bailly now. But Varane is injured, so we'll have to see what happens there. But listen, it was a scrappy game. Maguire was poor. He looked slow. They were all out of position. Everyone was out of position in those final 20, 25 minutes. Everything. And the fact that the team looked even worse when Varane came on just shows that how can we, honestly, last season we didn't have Varane. We defended pretty well. How have we gone worse? And this just goes back to the coaching. It goes back to the coaching, and we know that there's a problem there. And if we look at it again, looking at the plays, Bruno was quiet. Apart from the assist, I mean, he didn't really offer much. Bruno, I thought Pogba was absolutely dreadful. But then again, I didn't agree with Pogba coming off. I would have put Matic for Scott and put Matic and Pogba together, because then you got support for our defence. And I thought, Pogba was a tiny bit better in the second half, and he could have done a bit more. Pogba, look, what the problem with Pogba was, we know what Pogba does. He holds onto the ball way too long. He goes for the passes, he takes way too long, and sometimes it works, he uses his strength and is very impressive, but yesterday it wasn't. He was very deep, he was taking a lot of risks, and then he lost the ball. That's essentially what happened. And look, he wasn't good. I thought a lot of players weren't good. Maguire wasn't good. I thought Shaw was okay. Wan-Bissaka was good. I really liked Wan-Bissaka yesterday. Ronaldo was great. But the problem is, it's like, I don't know how Ronaldo has scored so many goals for us right now when he's not getting many opportunities to score. It was very hard for me to watch how the midfield was really struggling to get the ball to our attack. And we've seen that for, I'll say 80% of our games, where we haven't been able to get as many opportunities as possible. Even less this game than the Atalanta game in the first leg. We struggled even more in this game to create more chances. Okay, we're playing 5 at the back. It was more about not conceding for Ole when we had a 5 at the back. But then we conceded, lost Varane and went straight to a 4 back. He risked a lot, and I thought maybe he should have kept a 5 at the back just to keep it secure. Shaw has played there before, and Telles would have been better as a wing back, then sure, in my opinion, he definitely would have. And those crosses would have been, you know, one of them would have landed on Ronaldo's head. And we don't put enough crosses in. Shaw doesn't put enough crosses in. Even the crosses they put in was they were poor crosses, horrible crosses, by the way. And I thought Rashford wasn't great. His decision making at times, he should have passed when he shouldn't. When he shot, he should have passed. It wasn't great from Rashford. Who else? I'm trying to think. Scott McTominay was non-existent. Pogba and Scott doesn't work. I would have rather seen Fred in the beginning. I said it in my other video. Fred should start with Pogba. But you know what? Listen, Sancho and Van der Beek need to find a way to get into the team. Oli needs to find a way to integrate them into the team, because how do we have these players and you're not playing them, and clearly they make us better? It doesn't matter if it's for 5 minutes, right? Those 5 minutes, yeah. Look, if they wouldn't have come on, maybe we wouldn't have scored, because Sancho done some great work on the left. Van der Beek almost scored. But then again, everyone was out of position. He was playing a 4-2-4. It was Matic and Van der Beek in the middle. Van der Beek was all the way up top. Listen, so much, we're all over the place, and it's really hard for me to watch it. And I mean, De Gea made his first mistake of the season. He made his first mistake, and I'm not even going to blame De Gea, because it was a mess. Even all the 5 at the back, we looked a bit... It was a bit cagey with the 5 at the back. And it was the same in the Tottenham game in the first 20-25 minutes. It was quite cagey. But I think we actually look better at the 5 at the back than the 4 at the back. In the 4 at the back, we looked like a mess. Everyone was out of position. That's what it looked like. With the 5 at the back, I think there's a way to make the team work there. Now, if that's better for us or worse for us, we'll have to see on the long term, because essentially we've got too many wingers. How is he going to integrate them? Look, there's different ways you can integrate these players into the team. You've got a 3-4-3. You've got, you know, essentially he wants to do a 3-5-2 clearly, because he wants to play 2 strikers up top. But at times it seemed like yesterday Rashford was either too far back, because then Ronaldo was almost too isolated. And with Cavani and Ronaldo in the game versus Tottenham, they were, even though Cavani was tracking back and pressing, and he was doing a lot of work, they were still together, you know, they were still working together. And with Rashford, it would seem like they were kind of disconnected, Ronaldo and Rashford. That link-up didn't really work yesterday. And Rashford sometimes was being a bit too selfish. And that's why I've said Greenwood, Rashford, Ronaldo doesn't work. You need to play Sancho. Play Sancho. Please play Sancho. But Greenwood done well yesterday, so I don't really want to, you know, I don't really want to continue saying it. But I think on the long term, you can't play those guys. You know, those 3 together don't work. And I think against City, he's going to go with Cavani, Ronaldo. And I'm not really against it. I think it's going to work really well against City. But listen, that game, 2-2. If we would have lost that game, we would have been in trouble, because we would have had to go to Villarreal and had to win that game. And again, Ronaldo carrying Oli. Listen, how many points and goals have we actually managed to go through and win games because of Ronaldo? Villarreal, the first Atalanta game, he got the final goal with the header. And this game, he scores I think both goals were at the end of each half, Ronaldo's goals. So this shows how important he is, and he's not the problem for our squad. So listen, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, this was a madness of a game. I'm going to do a preview for the City game. I don't even know what to expect now. He's going to have to find a balance, because Van der Beek and Sancho need to play. So I'll speak to you guys later. Let me know what you think. See ya.